Ask the Doctor with Michael Lang begins in 60 seconds. Ask the Doctor with Michael Lang begins in 30 seconds. Ask the Doctor with Michael Lang begins in 10 seconds.
When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lang. Sponsored by Lange Eye Institute and by Vitamins. Dr. Lang is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lang.
Okay, good morning and welcome to Ask the Doctor. I'm your host as usual, Dr. Michael Lang of the Lange Eye Institute and Fortify Vitamins, here each and every Saturday morning live to answer any and all questions you may have regarding your vision, eye care, or a nutritionally related topic. So don't be shy, pick up the phones and give us a call, 1-877-969-8600. That's a live call-in show all over the country, 1-877-969-8600. Of course, my co-host is Dr. Richard Hall, an icon in the sports nutrition industry, and he's a very welcome co-host. He's been doing this with me for many years. I started doing Ask the Doctor almost 30 years ago. Started on a small AM station in Ocala, Florida, April of 1993. I got to tell you, time flies when you're having fun. And remember, I started Lange Eye Care and Associates March 15th of 1993, the month before. We opened 14 locations in the state of Florida, 3 LASIK centers, and the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida. That's where I hail from. You can see me as a patient at the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida, and certainly Dr. Lori Caputi, one of our doctor assets at the Lange Eye Institute. Dr. Michael Tolentino, world-renowned retina specialist, has his own practice upstairs in the Lange Eye Institute. So we got it going on. If you are not happy with the eye care that you're getting, come to the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida. Also, you can learn more at a couple of websites, drmichaellang.com, drmichaellang.com, or go to langeyecare.com, langeyecare.com. But we talk a lot about nutrition on this show. We talk about nutritional anti-aging and wellness. And so the website that we've worked on for years, and it's a new version of the website now released in January, is fortify.com, and that's for Fortify Vitamins. So I urge you to go to the website, check it out. It's Fortifeye, fortify.com. And if you're going to buy any of those nutraceuticals on there, look at the bundle section, because Dr. Hall and I have taken different supplements that work synergistically together and created a bundle at a dramatically discounted rate. So the bundle you can also get on the auto ship program. You do not get an additional 15% off on the bundle when you sign up for auto ship. You just get free shipping and you get it shipped to you every 3 months. So make sure you push 3, the number 3, so you get 3 of them every 3 months, right? But you can get on auto ship if you're buying onesies and twosies, and you do get 15% off. You also get free shipping always at fortify.com. Before we go to the calls, I want to mention, and before we talk to Dr. Hall, I just want to mention I have been doing a little mountain biking lately. That's why I'm limping a little bit here. I actually have been camping at the Santos Trailhead near Ocala, and bought my mountain bike down there, and for the last 5 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I mountain biked every day after work for 2 hours on those trails, hit the red trails also, and it's an amazing workout. I gotta tell you, an amazing workout for those of you, that are starting to put a few extra pounds, wanting to slow down that aging process, get in better shape. Mountain biking would do it pretty quickly, and there's some great mountain biking trails here in the Tampa area as well. I might hit those today after the radio show, so I will not be at the nutrition center today. I will not be at the nutrition center, Fortify Nutrition Center today, because I'm going to get out and mountain bike because we have something on Sunday that Doc Hall is going to talk about in a minute that we're going to be doing. So I'm not going to be at the nutrition center today. But for those of you like me that have broken every bone in the body from racing motocross or racing cars, and you're starting to get a little pain, a little arthritis, riding a traditional mountain bike sometimes can be painful climbing those hills. Look into the e-mountain bikes. I rented an e-mountain bike. Oh my God. I covered 3 times as much trails as I usually do, and I went up some steep inclines I couldn't make it up. So these e-mountain bikes give you 2 to 3 times the power. You still have to pedal. You're still getting exercise, so it's not really cheating. It's closer to motocross than mountain biking. It is really pretty fun. But remember, if you're not biking anymore because you're in pain, think about either an e-mountain bike or an e-road bike. The guys at Santos Trailhead Bike Shop near Ocala have been great. And also AJ's over here in Brandon Bike Shop. I just bought a new them last night. So thanks, guys, for helping me out. All right, we're getting ready to go to the phones. But first, good morning, Dr. Hall. What do we have on the agenda?
Good morning, my good friend and colleague. Excuse me. And happy Saturday to all of our listeners from around the world. That's an actual feeling I get now when we talk about our listeners and like that, because due to the podcast and like that, we really are seen and heard around the world. I had a call the other day from the UK, and it's amazing to me that our voice gets out there along the all around the world. So thanks to everybody. Thanks to all of our listeners. We appreciate that. And we're glad that you're here with us today. Pour that extra cup of coffee or a cup of tea, or maybe that protein smoothie, and sit back for the next hour and relax with us. Learn a few things along the way, and put a little smile on your face too, maybe. Dr. Lange and I will be discussing the importance of omega-3s in our wellness plan, and all the bodies. It's amazing. Plus, we'll talk about, as Doctor said, the PCA bodybuilding show tomorrow over in DeLand, and the Fit Expo, which is coming up over in Tampa next week. We have a big booth over there, and we're going to explain that to you a little bit. But it's going to be a full show. We have a lot of listeners already lined up there. If you heard me laughing there a little bit when Dr. Lange was talking about his biking adventures this week, he keeps wanting me to join in with these things, and so I told him, yeah, I'll do that as soon as they build the sidecars for the bikes and stuff, and I'll ride along. But no, that's not me. I don't want. I worry about things like that. I worry about him out there on these trails because they are dangerous. It's not just riding a bike. You have all these other things going in, but he has a good time at it. So let it be. And so back to you, Dr. Lange, and our first caller.
Thanks. Before we take Bob's call, I just want to thank Fred over at To Your Health. Fred at To Your Health Natural Cafe in Lady Lake, right near the Villages. He brought a lunch over to all of the guys and gals at the Lange Eye Institute on Thursday. All organic, grass-fed beef. I mean, it was amazing. Mediterranean salads. So they're open now. Check them out. If you want all organic, non-GMO foods, they got breakfast, lunch, and supper. It's over on 441 if you live near the Villages. To Your Health Spa. And then right in the front of To Your Health Spa is To Your Health Natural Cafe and Juice Bar. Also, the complete vitamin shop there. Have every single Fortify vitamin there. So certainly you can come to the Lange Eye Institute, get your Fortify vitamins, go to fortify.com. But on the weekends, if you want instant gratification, Saturday or Sunday, go over there to Your Health Natural Cafe in Lady Lake and tell Fred hello. All right, we're going to the phones. Bob has been waiting patiently. Bob, good morning. Welcome to the program. Bob? Bob might be asleep at the wheel because he called about 2 hours ago. He's been on hold for a while. All right. Bob might have to call back as we don't have him. All right, we're going to go to the next caller, who's going to be the first caller of the day for a change, and that's Joan. Joan, good morning. Welcome to the program. Well, I don't have.
John's with Bob.
Who are you calling? I'm Mr. John.
Oh, John. Okay, John. Now we got John. Okay, I think the phones are working now. John, good morning.
Okay.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, I got a problem with my eye hurting, like with what do you want to call them, those not a sty, but the other things in your eye.
Are they pterygiums?
No, I don't know why I can't think of it.
Shall-
But anyways, it cuts down your vision. Okay,
Oh, cataracts.
cataract.
There
yeah.
you go.
Okay, and I need I'm wondering if you have anything on 200. Do you carry anything for that would help out with those? Because I don't dare have them removed because the eye is smashed and the light, the light bothers it. If I took the cataracts off, I'd have probably more headaches again.
Well, all right. So, John, there's no miracle cure for a cataract. All right. Once you get a cataract, the best way to see is obviously to have it removed by a competent cataract surgeon. But there is some science out there that will suggest that certain antioxidants can slow down cataract formation. All right. And certain ones are things like lutein, zeaxanthin, astaxanthin, resveratrol, pine bark extract, bilberry, things like this. It's not going to reverse it. It may slow it down. Who knows? But these nutrients also can feed your retina and help support a healthy retina. And so I put these in our new, and we talked about this last week, our next generation complete. It's called Fortify Next Gen Complete. It comes in a capsule now, but it also has all the B complex in the methylated form, has all the C, the vitamin D3, the 8 forms of vitamin E, acetyl L-carnitine, alpha lipoic acid, CoQ10. The list goes on, and it has therapeutic amounts that have been clinically studied. So once again, it's not a cure-all. It's not a miracle pill. All it is going to do, it's going to give you the nutritional support that you're probably not getting in your diet. I use it as my multivitamin now. I take it twice a day. There's 90 in a capsule. So if you take it once a day, it's a 3-month supply. I usually recommend taking it twice a day. So if you do take this, you don't need to be taking a multivitamin. If it's in it, you can look at the list of ingredients. You don't need to take anything else if it's already in it, okay?
Yeah, okay.
And the other thing,
I just wondered if, I didn't know if you had an eye drop or not. My nutritionist, she had an eye drop that said, that helped with cataracts. So
sure. So that is a topical drop that has N-acetylcysteine in it, and some of them have Alcar in it. So those drops, I've seen the studies. The oxidative stress in the eye. I wouldn't waste my money on those drops yet until I see some better studies. Using a good artificial tear is a good idea because as we age, our eyes get drier. So using a good lubricant with hyaluronic acid in it, like Optase or Oasis tears, one of those is my favorite. You can get those on 200 from Doc Hall upstairs at the Lange Nutrition Center. And you can get the Fortify Complete there or on the website at fortify.com.
Oh, you can get the Fortify Complete up there too?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Okay. All right. I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, John. Take care. And it looks like we got Bob back. Before we take the next call, I do want to mention we got a big show ahead of us, and we're talking about some exciting things, and we're going to get to that after Bob. Let's go to Bob. Bob, welcome back.
Well, we'll give it another try. It's still a nice day here in Florida.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you. I have a question. This is kind of an oldie but goodie. Got talking to my brother in Pennsylvania last week, and he was telling me about how good his lipid blood test came back. for him, and I'm grateful for that for him. But it prompted another question, or kind of more of a statement. Years ago, now it was the thing to do to say, watch the cholesterol, watch your dietary intake of cholesterol. Well, I did some studying on that, and I've come to realize that dietary intake of cholesterol has absolutely zero effect on blood serum cholesterol. Any comment?
Oh, I'm hearing you. Well, yeah, there's some science now that is suggesting that. You're absolutely correct, Bob. But it all depends on the ratio of cholesterol. Okay, your HDL to your LDL, whether these are light and fluffy or hard cholesterol particles. So they can look and fine tune and do some tests now. SpectraCell has a blood test that I really like that can actually look at which type of cholesterol you have and not just give you an HDL, LDL, and a total cholesterol, right? So, and then as you know, certain things like omega-3 can lower cholesterol, but it can be misleading because the number can go up because it can raise your HDL. And if the HDL goes up, your total cholesterol number goes up, and that can be very misleading to some. But, more importantly, when I look at blood tests and most doctors that are into, more of a natural approach, a holistic approach, an integrative approach, we want to make sure that your triglycerides are good, your C-reactive protein is good, your homocysteine is good, and then other inflammatory markers in your body are good. And, I've told people this before, my mom's 94 years old. She still hits the tennis ball in the tennis court, all right? And she has not, knock on wood, she's not been in the hospital ever except when she had her two sons. Her cholesterol is 340, and it stayed 340 for the last 30 years, okay? My dad was a physician. Every time they tried to put her on cholesterol-lowering medication, she couldn't play tennis anymore. She had so much cramping. So they finally just said, we're going to keep your cholesterol where it is. But her triglycerides and everything else are perfect, and she's doing very well. You got to remember this, too. Cholesterol is a shuttle system for the carotenoids to get into the eye. So if we do lower cholesterol, we don't want to overly do it. We don't want to lower it too much because the lutein, the zeaxanthin, the astaxanthin doesn't have that shuttle system to bring these beneficial carotenoids to the retina. So my rule of thumb is, talk to your physician, go to a physician that's in tune with the latest science, obviously, that may run a blood test that breaks down the cholesterol to different levels and listen to what they have to say. Obviously, a good diet, an exercise program, and what we preach all the time, getting down to your ideal body weight. When we hit 50, 60, 70, we should have minimal body fat, okay? If you're going to carry extra body weight, have it when you're, 30, 40, 20. But obviously, that's before you get married. You don't want to be, you want to have washboard abs then. So, cholesterol is an important marker, but maybe not as important as we once thought.
Well, that leads to yet just another quick question then. It seems that cholesterol levels are an awful lot like blood pressure. 45, 50 years ago, 150 blood pressure was deemed okay, fine. Now everybody's on medication to drive it down to under 120. Is that the same thing with cholesterol?
Well, the cholesterol number keeps coming down lower and lower and lower. But once again, it's all about the ratio. You don't look at the number. It's all about the ratio, okay? And I think patients, especially after a heart attack, there is some evidence after you've had a heart attack that, doctors put you on, statin drugs. They put you on blood thinners. They put you on cholesterol-lowering medication, and especially if you had atrial fibrillation. And then they'll put you on amiodarone or flecainide, also an antiarrhythmia medication. But there might be some evidence that lowering cholesterol after a heart attack is important, but there aren't any really great studies showing that it is beneficial prior to that heart attack. But once again, you don't want to wait till you have a heart attack, right? So you want to take the proverbial bull by the horns and be proactive in your health. The best way to be proactive in your health is follow a diet like the Mediterranean diet or the Lange survival diet. Get out and exercise. Even if it's, 10 o'clock at night and you haven't exercised, do a little exercise. Get a good night's sleep, hydrate, take the right supplements. That's where Fortify Vital, positive set. All of this comes into play. So ultimately you can have less disease and, have less risk factors in your blood and see the doctor less, right?
yes. Except for the eye doctor, of course. Gentlemen, Doc, it's good to hear your voice in there. You're sounding strong this morning. Glad to hear that. Lord willing, we'll give a talk earlier in the week. Gentlemen, have a nice weekend. Talk to you soon.
Thank you. And we're getting ready to take another call. But, Doc, talking about omega-3, I'm going to talk about how omega-3 is very beneficial for all sorts of aspects of health. But you being a sports icon, a nutritional specialist in the sports industry, kind of expand a little bit how omega-3 can help our athletes at any age, right? Young athletes that are 13 years of age and 85-year-old athletes that are out there in the villages playing softball and golf and tennis.
Absolutely, Dr. Lange. Omega-3s for athletes is one of the most highly researched subjects in the entire nutrition industry right now, and for good reason. They're seeing positive results all the way around. Usually when something's researched up to a point and there's not really getting good positive feedback, good positive results, it's dropped because there's no reason to go any further with it. But I've watched omega-3 studies and omega-369 studies going through the roof in the last 3 to 5 years. And so there's good reason for that. It doesn't matter if you're a professional athlete or you're just playing pickleball with the guys and the gals that you want to put your best foot out there. You want to get the most performance out of your body. And you want to do it in a safe way. You don't want those injuries. I'm known as a sports recovery and a performance recovery specialist, and I specialize in recovery after exercise. And there's a big a reason for that. That's where injuries come in. That's where lack of you hear Dr. Lange and I talk about all the time about DOMS and delayed onset muscle soreness, and also ROMS, range of motion. Over the years, you've heard us talk about that. Plus, you've heard us talk about the muscle synthesis uptake. And omega-3 helps with all of that. I have all of the athletes taking Fortify omega-3s because, quite honestly, they're the best. And that's not just my opinion. I have seen new ads in stores lately, and I wanted to bring this to the attention of everybody. I've seen some new ads out there claiming that their certain brand of omegas are the best because they not only have omega-3, but they have omega-3, 6, and 9. You need to be aware of that, folks. Too much omega-6 and 9 can actually add to the problem of inflammation in our bodies. And that is exactly why our formula only contains omega-3. That's the whole idea about that is we just don't want to add to the problem, of course. We want to help with the problem. Getting back to for athletes and like that, I have all of the athletes that I train, that I come in contact with, that I put on programs. I have them all. That's at the top of my list, along with our fit formula and our protein. That's at the top of the list for them to jump on right away. Work those into your diet. And I have most athletes taking one of our Omega Max every day. Some take our original formula and they take 2 a day. And it all depends on the person and like that. I can help you with that. But omega-3, without a doubt, is at the top of the list. And you just get such good response from it. I hear it every day. I know Dr. Lange hears it every day. Once people get on omega-3s, how their bodies change. And we're after that. We're fighting that inflammation factor in the body every day. And this omega-3s, they help with that. There's no 2 ways about it. So if you have any questions about omega-3s, give me a call. I'm at 352-353-2206. I'm there Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And if you have questions, you can always give me a call, not just about omegas, but about anything nutrition, exercise-wise, diet. Give me a call. I answer my own phone, and so give me a call.
Awesome. And remember, omega-3 in the natural triglyceride form. So when you look at it, make sure it says RTG form. That stands for re-esterified triglyceride form, or TG form, triglyceride form. That means it doesn't have to go through your liver and cleave off ethanol and replace a triglyceride backbone. the way most fish oil you buy in omega-3 is an ethyl ester molecule. It has ethanol in it. They use that in the distillation process. It's expensive to remove it, so they leave it in it. They're not going to tell you it's an ethyl ester molecule because they're not proud. But if it's a triglyceride molecule or re-esterified triglyceride, it's going to say RTG or TG form. That's like our Fortify Super Omega or a Fortify Super Omega Max that I'm holding up right now all over the video that you can watch. So go to fortify.com, FORTIFEYE. Go to the omega-3 section. You can learn a lot more about it. Also, there's a website out there that we donate to. We actually write all the articles on it. It's called Health Benefits of Omega-3. Health Benefits of Omega-3. Check it out. It talks about, did you know that omega-3 can actually reduce the chance of you going blind by diabetic retinopathy by 50%? So all diabetics should be on omega-3. Did you know it can reduce the chance of a fatal myocardial infarction? That's dying from a myocardial infarction by 35%. It can reduce the chance of you getting Alzheimer's by 49%. It reduces atherosclerotic plaque in your arteries. It lowers blood pressure, okay? This is a new study came out June 1st of 2022 in the Journal of American Heart Association showing that 2 to 3 grams will lower your blood pressure. So there's a lot of interesting aspects also for all you athletes. Like I said, it will improve ROMs and decrease DOMs. So, you know, if you only took only one supplement, omega-3 is the way to go because most of you are not eating enough fish and the right form of fish, like wild Alaskan salmon or sardines or wild pollock or things of this nature. A lot of you are eating a tuna sandwich, and tuna fish is okay every now and then, but not in high amounts, or the fried fish sandwich from the fast food restaurant. So if you eat more good quality fish, you wouldn't have to take omega-3s. Also, cultures that eat a lot of wild Alaskan salmon and fish of this nature are healthier with less chances of having strokes and or heart attacks. So check it out, fortify.com, or call Fortify. Call Arlene or Miss Nita at 866-503-9746. One more time, the phone number for Fortify Vitamins is 866-503-9746. But remember, a good triglyceride form omega-3 helps block 2 of the inflammatory prostaglandin cascades. That's series 2 and series 3 prostaglandins. Then if you add either black currant seed oil, borage oil, or evening primrose oil, it actually stimulates series 1 prostaglandins. And that is what our Fortify Advanced Dry Eye Therapy is about. It has all of the nutrients that has a 3-pronged anti-inflammatory approach. So you can get the omega-3 with the black currant seed oil and our Fortify Focus, all in the Fortify Advanced Dry Eye Kit at a dramatically reduced price. All right. We got a bunch of people loaded. We're going to Steve in Clearwater. Good morning, Steve. Thanks for holding.
Yeah, in response to Bob, one thing about cholesterol is it's an antioxidant, just like the word cholesterol ends in OL, like retinol, tocopherol, cholesterol. It's an antioxidant. Now, when you see fire trucks at fires, you know, every fire you go by fire truck, you don't assume, oh, fire trucks must cause fires, because I find a fire truck at every fire. No, it's not the cause, it's the result. When the body is under oxidative stress, it produces more cholesterol to try to counteract that oxidative stress. So that whenever your heart is being threatened by oxidative stress, you're going to produce more cholesterol to counteract it. It's a reactive thing. And what happens is we've always assumed that it's the cause of heart disease, where actually it's the result of the body trying to protect itself. We just sort of missed the boat on that. So, and also another thing is when cholesterol is oxidized by free radicals, it goes from a smooth, slippery substance. You know, like when you like for instance, if you take eggs, they're slimy and you know, you could wash a raw egg off a plate real easy. Sure. But when you oxidize it, it gets very sticky, and that's another thing too. So cholesterol is not the cause of heart disease; it's the body trying to protect itself.
Awesome, Steve. We always appreciate your input, my friend.
And also, there's an article in Lancet that just came out this week, and I forgot the name of the article. I'm sorry, but it's a huge study on all kinds of countries, and they looked at 34 different types of cancers, and it went for 10 years all over the world. It's a huge study, and how much different types of cancers can be prevented by nutrition and stuff. It's a really big study, so you'd want to look at that.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it.
Okay, God bless.
Have a good one. All right, before we go to the next call, I just want to mention somebody on Instagram's chimed in a couple of times here stating that she sees a web in her vision every now and then. So the best thing for you to do is go to your local optometrist or ophthalmologist. Make sure you have your eyes dilated. You got to be dilated. You got to be dilated. I said that 3 times now. You got to be dilated. If you have a web in your vision, if you have any flashing lights in your vision, any floaters in your vision, and they're new, get in to see your doctor. Now, maybe you've had this web for a long time. Chances are it's what we call a posterior vitreal detachment, aka a big floater. It's probably benign and nothing to be concerned about. But if you don't get dilated and your doctor doesn't look, we don't know if it's not a retinal tear or retinal. So get into your eye doctor and have that checked out. If this is a big floater and it's really bothering you, you can go see a competent retina specialist, and they can do what's called a vitrectomy, and they can remove those floaters. Relatively simple. It's about a 10-minute procedure now with really tiny incisions, and it's very safe. All right, so hopefully that helps out that Instagram chime in, or I think a couple of times there. All right, let's go back to the phones. Let me give you the phone line, 1-877-98600. Dr. Richard Hall and myself, Dr. Michael Lange, are here to answer your questions regarding your vision, eye care, or a nutritionally related topic. Remember, this never replaces a medical evaluation or an eye examination. This only 1-877-969-8600. Let's go. Gina's get up very early in California to give us a call. Gina, good morning. Welcome back to the program.
Good morning. I still have blue skies, but I don't know how. We were on the conversation of chronic fatigue syndrome and the atypical polio and arthritis. Now, the sand material has been, they thought it was gout. But the interesting part is, for you guys, is those stiff soldiers that came from North Africa was shipped to Florida and kept in a hospital there for 2 months. And they did every test in the book trying to diagnose them. And they couldn't. And then they shipped them back home to their home VAs. So have you, in your practice in Florida, run across that sand material in any of your nutrition, and is there no thing that can remove like the debris that those animals leave in your system?
I'm at a little bit of a, as Doc Hall would say, I got nothing. Doc, I'm at a little bit words for this particular type of syndrome. It sounds to me like a rheumatologist would probably be the best for somebody to see with this. Rheumatologists are who you go to when it's something really crazy. You got any arthritis, any autoimmune, any collagen vascular disease, anything bizarre. A rheumatologist combined with an infectious disease doctor is the best there. Rheumatologists can figure things out that just about nobody can. My dad was a rheumatologist, and he, I thought he was God. He was just the closest God as God was, and he could figure things out that nobody else could. So I really think a rheumatology consult would be ideal for something like this. Yeah, I don't know much about it at all. I really, if you look at me on the video, I have a very perplexed look on my face. But I don't know everything. Let's see if Doc Hall can chime in.
You're in very good company, because even the best doctors in our country didn't know how, when Roosevelt came back from Africa and ended up in a wheelchair, and they called it atypical polio.
Right.
So this is the same condition from the same location. So even the president's doctors couldn't figure this out. But that was World War II. So I thought maybe we had come a long way.
Gina, why, Gina, why don't you do this? Would you email me the name of that again, just so I could do a little research? Doc and Hall, I will, and then maybe we can expand on it. But let me give you my personal email address. All right, write this down. It's pretty easy. idude92 at iCloud.com. So I, like an eyeball, EYE, and dude, like, hey, dude, DUDE, and 92 when I finished all school at iCloud.com. And that's the letter I. So idude92 at iCloud.com. Shoot me a little email. I'll do some research. We'll find out if there's a nutrient protocol or anything, holistically or alternative or medically that is potentially beneficial. How's that sound?
Well, he does go to a rheumatologist out here at the VA.
Mm-hmm.
So they did put him on a medication which reduces something in his blood because it shows up in the blood. And it's in the blood of all of his family. And we would be up for going to Florida and have an extreme makeover for you guys. I mean, you could take us from fat and flab down to muscle and lean again.
There you go.
We were both in really good shape when we were young.
So Gina,
not so much.
Shoot me that email, okay? Just shoot me that email so I can do a little research, and then we'll chat more. But we're getting loaded up. We got to take a few more calls, okay?
Okay, love you guys.
All right, take care, Gina.
Take care, and good thing you got short hair. That wind in your hair get all tangled.
Bye. All right, you're listening to Ask the Doctors, Dr. Richard Hall, and myself, Dr. Michael Lange. I think the next caller is John. John, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yes, good morning, Doctor. A question about salmon. The salmon I buy is frozen, and it's called wild-caught salmon. Is that the same as wild salmon?
Yes, it should be. Now, does it say where it's caught at? Does it say wild-caught Alaskan salmon?
No, it just says wild-caught salmon.
All right, so I would hope that it's wild caught. It's probably wild caught salmon, but maybe it's wild caught another area, But if it's wild, I'm okay with salmon. The best salmon that's the highest in omega-3 is wild Alaskan salmon, and you can get that frozen. It's fine, all right. And then also canned is okay, all right. I had some this morning in my eggs. I had kale, mushrooms, believe it or not, sauerkraut, and a can of red salmon, wild Alaskan salmon, and a little goat cheese. So very high protein. Remember, your highest protein meal should be your breakfast. But yeah, I think you're fine with that. The main things, you want to stay away from farm salmon. Most farm salmons are not the best thing in the world. However, the Norwegians are trying, actually feeding them astaxanthin now instead of dye. So one day I might change my mind about farm salmon, but currently I say stay away, say no to farm salmon, and yes to wild caught. Okay.
Yeah, what it does say, I'm just looking at it now, and it says wild caught pink salmon.
Pink salmon. Okay. Yeah, you're fine with that. You'll be fine. You can eat salmon. That's a power food, along with kale and anything fermented and organic blueberries. Those are all power foods. So eat till you're full.
Okay, appreciate your help. Thank you.
All right, John, take care. All right, we got Bob in Sarasota. Bob, good morning. Thanks for holding.
Yeah, good morning, Dr. Lange. Here's a question. My grandson got hit in the eye with a ball, detached the retina, and messed up the iris. Is there any nutritional supplements he should be taking to help heal the retina that has been reattached?
Let me ask you this. Did he have a traumatic cataract also? Did they have to remove the cataract? Do you know?
I don't know that.
Okay. So he's if he hasn't had a cataract removed, he'll probably be at a greater risk of developing cataract shortly after having the traumatic event and having retinal surgery, because that usually accelerates cataracts. And so for him, whether or not he's had it or not, there's some crucial nutrients for him, and that's lutein, zeaxanthin, and astaxanthin, all right? And the reason lutein and zeaxanthin are so important, these are carotenoids that actually cross the blood-retinal barrier and get into the macula of the eye and increase something called macular pigment density. And this is even more important if he's had a cataract removed. And like I said, he'll probably have cataract surgery shortly if he hasn't already. because then if the human crystalline lens is removed, you don't have anything to absorb this harmful blue light that is in the digital world that we live in. We're all being affected by blue light. The overhead lights, the sun has blue light, the iPhone, the iPad, the television, everything, the computer is emitting blue light, and blue light can and will damage the macula and predispose patients to getting macular degeneration earlier. I mean, I'm seeing 45-year-olds now with macular degeneration. It looks like an 85-year-old eye. And most of these people have been, on the computer all their life. So I think a supplement, whether it's Fortify Focus, that's one that I created, has lutein, zeaxanthin, and astaxanthin in it, or any supplement that has at least 10 milligrams of lutein, 2 milligrams of zeaxanthin, and 6 milligrams of astaxanthin. Those are the levels you want. Of course, you can go to fortify.com, look at all the research on there, go to the studies in the science section, and you can get them now 90 in a bottle. It's already discounted 20%. And then you can get it on an auto ship and you get another 15% off. So that nets it down 35%. So that's the cheapest you can find in this country, I guarantee. But it's not a miracle cure, all right? But it does feed the retina. So it's called Fortify Focus, or you look at, the website and do the research and get something that's similar to it if you don't get Fortify.
So if do you have the number for your office or
yes.
your
Absolutely. I'll give you the website and the phone number. I'll give it to you twice. So the Fortify number is 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. And you can also go to fortify.com. That's FORTIFEYE. Remember, I'm an eye doctor. So fortify.com, and go to the section, eye care section, and look at Fortify Focus and look at the science, look at all the studies. And then the other thing, if you don't want to take a supplement, he can eat a lot of organic kale, spinach, orange bell peppers, goji berries, and wild Alaskan salmon. That will also give him these valuable carotenoids.
Okay, that's a lot of information. I don't know.
And then another thing is protective eyewear, because he's already had damage to one eye. If he's playing any type of sports, a good pair of protective eyewear, something like Rec Specs, something that's made for athletes to protect his eyes against trauma. All right.
Right. So where's your office located at?
Well, our nutrition center, because you're calling from Sarasota, is right in Clearwater. It's right on McMullen Booth Road. Right off of Tampa Causeway. You turn right on McMullen Booth Road and you go down about a mile. And on the left is the Bayside Bridge Plaza Shopping Center. There's a Publix in there. You can't miss it. It's Fortify Nutrition Center. And then I see patients at the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages. I've got a lot of patients from Sarasota that see me in the Villages at the Lange Eye Institute. So that's, about an hour and a half drive from Sarasota on the interstate.
Yeah. The Eye Institute, yeah.
Right.
Dr. Lange's Eye Institute.
Lang.
Okay, well, I'm gonna. He needs some nutritional help. I know that. So
right.
We're going to do all we can, and we'll probably be in touch with you.
Okay, I'm always available, Bob. So I gave you my email, and you're welcome to email me anytime as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care, Bob. All right, we're getting ready to take some more calls, but we're going to talk to Doc Hall in just a second. If you got a question, give us a call at 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. We've got omega-3 on this program, and I always say if there's only one supplement that you took, only one, okay? If you could only take one, right? You're on a desolate island, and they have a multivitamin, an omega-3, and a superfood. Take the omega-3, all right? If you only took one supplement, the omega-3 is important because studies indicate if the omega-3 levels are high in our body, we have much less disease in our body, much less inflammation. Ain't that right, Doc Hall? Let's talk a little bit before we go to the next call.
Absolutely. I was just looking over a couple of little things that I jotted down here real quick about omega-3s. And for my athletes, I wanted to put this in there too. The latest research out there is omega-3s. It lowers peak heart rate. reduces resting heart rate variability, and the oxygen consumption during exercise is totally affected. It's on the uptake of that. And so it's for athletes and for everyday people. Okay, you don't have to be an athlete to take this. This is just good. As Dr. Lange said, if there's only one supplement, well, you know what? He started saying that years and years ago. And then I adapted and adopted the whole thing because, I believe that too. That would be my one go-to supplement if I could only choose one. So that's coming from two doctors, and believe it or not, we're not paid to say that. We firmly believe that. We really do. We back up our products, and we believe that to be fact. So if you're not taking omega-3s, it's something to look into. And of course, Dr. Lange and I are always available. You can call me at the Nutrition Center if you have questions about nutrition. Be glad to answer them, take time with you. And again, real quick, that's 352-353-2206. I would invite everybody too. I just wanted to put this in there to go to our website, fortified.com. There's a wealth of information on there. Dr. Lange and I have been writing articles on there for years. There's all kinds of stuff on there, everything from how to read a label to omega-3s. And all kinds of information on there, plus recipes. You'll find the Lange Survival Diet on there. So anything you need, you can just about find it on there. And it's all been revamped and revised as of the first of this year. And so it's all fresh material on there too. So take a look when you get a minute.
Good. And remember, Doc Hall can be seen at the Lange Nutrition Center in Ocala, Florida. Lange Nutrition Center in Ocala, Florida. That's right on State Road 200 across from the Paddock Mall upstairs. You can't miss it. And of course, Fabian's Reboot Anti-Aging and Wellness Center is across the hallway. So if you really want a holistic doctor, anti-aging, wellness, all the things that your typical doctor isn't doing, right there across from the Lange Nutrition Center upstairs, right across from the mall on State Road 200. Only two-story building is Reboot and the Fortified Nutrition Center. Before we take the next call, Barb's been waiting patiently, so I'll get to you in just 1 second. I want to tell you that the plant where Fortify Super Omega and Super Omega Max is produced in Norway and one of the only NSF GMP certified omega-3 facilities in the world. In addition to NSF GMP certification, the plant is drug licensed by the Norwegian health authorities, okay? Every batch of Fortify Super Omega concentrate undergoes extensive, we're talking extensive, detoxification, including triple molecular distillation. Every batch also is produced according to pharmaceutical protocols with full traceability and transparency to ensure quality control. Every batch is third-party tested for over 250 environmental contaminants, including 6 heavy metals, 220 pesticides, 7 markers of PCPs, 15 digoxins and furans, 12 digoxin-like PCPs. Once again, it's produced by the most experienced fish oil team, omega-3 team in the world in Norway. Every batch of Fortify Super Omega and Super Omega Max must also pass the testing of professionally trained sensory panel, assuring superior taste, believe it or not. We've actually had taste awards that have been presented to this factory for developing our fish oil over the years. So it actually tastes good. It has a nice lemon flavor. And that's why some people can bite into it. It squirts in their mouth if they don't want to swallow the big gel cap. So it is very, very good for you. Also, it's also very tasty. Remember, after just 30 days of taking Fortify Super Omega, mean blood levels of the Omega Index have increased from an average of 4.2% to 9.1%, with some patients as high as 11%. Those results are a true testament to the quality of Fortify Super Omega. Remember, the goal for Omega Index is over 8%. So everybody in our study got over 8%. Remember, 9 to 11% after 30 days. All right, let's go back to the phone. Barb, got to talk rapid.
Yes, real fast. My husband, Ron, had heart surgery, and the proof is in the pudding. We went to the doctor. He's on all, of course, the Fortify. But the main thing that is absolutely the most amazing product I have ever in my life seen is this fit. His heart infraction is 60 plus. The doctor was absolutely amazed. Fit is one of the best products that you have ever come up. Work perfect, and a heart action of 6 is fabulous. Thank you.
Awesome, Barb. And we have a bad connection there, so we're going to get rid of it. But Barb was talking about Fortify Fit, and I was holding it up. Fortify Fit is the ultimate muscle fuel. We've got young athletes. We've got old athletes. We got my 94-year-old mom on it. Doc Hall's 94-year-old mom is on it. Fortify Fit, like I said, the ultimate muscle fuel. 9 of the latest nutrients that have been shown to improve muscle integrity, strength, and endurance. Also help ligament, tendon, and joints. So Fortify Fit sounds like an anti-aging miracle cure, doesn't it? It isn't, but it does give the fuel the body needs. God made a really good body as long as we give it the right fuel. Doc Hall, you got about 15 seconds.
All right, folks, thanks for listening. Remember, as I always say, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. And, hey, the Fortified team is going to be in DeLand tomorrow at the PCA bodybuilding show. I'm the commissioner for PCA, and I welcome everybody to come out. It's a great time. We'll be there at noon tomorrow. Come by and stop by the booth tomorrow. And if you need any information, look at the PCA website. Take care. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. And remember, the Fortify Fit Expo is next weekend, Friday and Saturday at the Tampa Convention Center. We'll be there. With that, I'm out of here. Have a great day. God bless you, and God bless America.